Just want you.
You speak to me in my dreams, and you talk to me every day that I think and I breathe your life. Your spirit's divine. Oh, I can't believe that you've chosen me.
I'm so excited to share this today because I wanted to start something new. I was just doing my Bible study and I was like, no, I have to share this. Like, I need to share everything that I'm learning right now. So I wanted to start doing a segment whereby I just go through my daily Bible studies with y'all. As somebody who has recently found God and have been like so captivated by every single thing that I'm learning, like every single time I open my Bible, every single time I do a Bible study, I'm always just like in awe that like, what? I've been missing out on this? And I think that when you are starting your spiritual journey alone and when you're going through like, you know, your own path, I mean, I remember looking back and just being like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? What is this? Oh no, what is this book? Are you telling me a bunch of people came together and wrote some stuff down and now you're telling me I must follow? Who's that? Until I really started to even get deep in the Bible myself and start to understand each and every book that I read and understand the purpose of each and every book. Like, it's just so crazy and amazing and beautiful, and I just wanted to be able to share this with y'all. So let me give you like a brief rundown. So I have these books that like are they're filled from the beginning of my journey, like through Christ and everything. Like, I started writing and taking it so very seriously. I'm trying to find which one was my first one. I think it was this one. And yeah, I just did like a little I don't even remember, I didn't write the date. I used to write the dates, like now I write the dates on everything, right? But I wrote like what relationship I wanted to build with God. I don't know, can I read this? Okay, let me read it. I want to get closer to God. I want to build a strong, unwavering relationship with God. I want to be a very spiritual being. I want to always walk with God and become the person who I was destined to be. I feel it in my heart louder than ever that this is my time to build a foundation that can never be broken with the Lord Almighty. I need for God to look at me and never turn away from me. I don't want to continue questioning who God is and has always been. I will not be lukewarm in my faith. I will shout loud and proud that I am a child of God, and I will serve the Lord Almighty always until my days are over on this earth. And in heaven, I will finally be home. So I remember starting on this journey, I went through reading Romans first. And it was just such a crazy experience for me reading Romans, because I was like, wait a minute, what? So I use the Bible app. I'm gonna put the links down below, but I use the Bible app every single day. And it's amazing because it has all these different tools that you can use, all these different Bible plans with different categories, and you can just decide what category you want to get into, what do you want to read, what do you feel like you need in your life, or what understanding do you have even to understand the Bible, etc. So the Bible app is amazing. Like, it's amazing. It's been the one thing that I really love so much because it gives me so much insight. As somebody who, I don't always go to church, I don't always interact with people of Christ as well, I feel like I'm trying to slowly build up a group of people that I talk to about God and my faith and things like that, which is really, really helpful. So the Bible app is also such an amazing community whereby I feel like a lot of people can share their ideas, you can share your own ideas, you can save things, you can write things down. It's amazing. I know I've just been talking for a long time and I want to get into it, but I just wanted to give you guys like a background before I started into the segment, and then as we go on, it would just be like shorter videos just doing the Bible study, right? So I feel inclined to talk about the Bible study reading that I did today, and then I think going forward I'll start from the beginning of like all of my books, because today's Bible reading, y'all, it was so powerful. Like, I was literally like, what? It really like opened my mind, because it, you know, I feel like I think maybe because of the things that I'm experiencing right now and the way that my life is kind of going and the things that I'm dealing with on a daily basis, I think that sometimes it becomes very difficult for me to continue holding on to my faith. And I feel like today was one day whereby I woke up and I genuinely chose to look to God. Like, I woke up and I was not having a good day. Like, I woke up to seeing something that really it really bothered me, and I tried not to hold on to that feeling so much, and I tried to just look to God and be like, you know what, I remember just like feeling really down and just and having to force myself to remind myself that God has a bigger purpose for me. And I feel like this Bible plan like can really like be something that can really help people. And I recently put my cousin onto this plan that I started doing because it's just something that has completely shifted my mindset. The Bible study that I've been doing is dangerous prayers, and this is day 5, but I will go back to the beginning of the plan, but it's not really like an orchestrated thing. But let me just give you a rundown. Let me first start with today's Bible verse of the day, which was Ephesians 5 verse 1-2. Follow God's example, therefore, as dearly loved children, and walk in the way of love, just as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us as a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. I'll read for you the opening statement. Instead of just asking God to keep you safe, give you more, and protect your life, you may ask God to break you. Now, when I first read this, I was like, break me? Oh, I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. Break me. Okay. I feel already broken. I already feel like I'm broken. I already feel like, you know, I'm falling apart a little bit here and there. And I don't know if I can continue feeling like this, you know. And I think that those are the tests, you know, the moments whereby you're fighting for your life, like when you're really fighting to just stay afloat, when you're being tested every single day, especially when you're in a very hazy part in your life. And I think a lot of people that can relate are people like that, you know, in their 20s and are trying to figure out their plan in life, trying to figure out where they're trying to go, figure out what to do next, figure out just everything. It's always a lot. It's a very difficult process. Matthew 16 verse 25, Jesus said, "For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it." Let me read that again. "For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it." Jesus is not inviting us to a life of comfort and ease, but one of surrender and sacrifice. You're supposed to give yourself up, sacrifice yourself, and give everything to Jesus. You understand? Give everything to God. Your highest desire should not be for your own will to be done. It should be for God's will to be done. You know what I'm saying? And to always remember that, meaning that you have to let go. You really have to let go and embrace all the pain, embrace every single trial and tribulation that you go through, and understand that this is all a part of the plan. Now, I'm looking at this and I always have to remind myself whenever I'm going through difficult things that, okay, this is happening because I need to learn something. I need to learn something right now. I need to see what God is showing me, and I need to learn. It says here, by playing it safe, we risk missing something far more precious than our security and comfort. We don't realize what blessings might be on the other side of God's breaking. So the two important questions that were highlighted, and that is, what are we losing by clinging to our comfort? And what are we missing out on because we're so committed to avoiding pain and discomfort? You know, that's the point I'm coming back to. You have to experience that pain and discomfort. You have to put yourself there and sit in it and feel it and break down. Do you understand? For you to understand the blessings that will come after that. After you go through it, still having faith, still praising God, still waking up every morning and doing every single thing that you're supposed to do through the pain. In Luke 22 verse 19, it says, "And took the bread and gave thanks and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, 'This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me.'" Now, this is where my mind was like, wait a minute. Because, you know, when we're thinking about this verse and we're thinking about what Jesus was doing, right, in breaking the bread, that is his body, you understand, and we drink the wine as his blood, right? So the question here, the statement here was, what if Jesus wasn't just telling us about a ritual that we do occasionally at church? What if he was also inviting us to be broken and poured out daily? What if
we had the courage, the audacity, and the faith to pray to God, God, please break me. Are you guys hearing? He's saying that this is not about eating bread and drinking wine. This is about breaking yourself as Jesus. This is about breaking yourself, allowing yourself to be broken, giving yourself as a daily sacrifice in order for you to receive the blessing at the end. With giving our lives, that is where we find true joy. You know, I often think to myself about the type of life that I want to live and the type of way that I want my life to go and what I want to do and why I do every single thing that I do. It's always a very conscious thing for me. And it's a very conscious thing that I think about every single day. Why do I do what I do? Who is it for? And when I came down to thinking about what I wanted from my life, and even, you know, the things that I study and the things that I research and the things that I put in my brain, I always want to be somebody who absorbs and gives, you know what I'm saying? Because I always feel like I learned something and I feel like I must share that. You know, even with studying social work and experiencing that, I loved that so much, you know, and I loved all that I learned from that because it gave me the knowledge and education in order to physically actually help people who are in need. And I feel like that's a big purpose of mine in this world, to help people. And I feel like that's what God intends for me to do through everything, through my channels, through my music, through my art, through whatever, through just opening my mouth and speaking. It should be something that's healing and helpful to the world. And that also comes with him making me go through so much pain. I ain't gonna lie, like, with so much pain, so much crying, so many tears, so much frustration, so many times where I've cried to God and I've given myself to him. And today I prayed and I asked God to break me. As I feel broken, as I already feel broken, I asked God to break me. And even now sitting here speaking to you guys, like how I was feeling when I woke up this morning or how I was feeling an hour ago, you know, during this Bible plan, it really opened my eyes to something. And I realized that I'm supposed to take this pain and I'm supposed to share, like, not share my pain per se, but to share the experience of coming out of that pain or reveling in it, of feeling it and choosing to embrace the pain, choosing to allow myself to be broken by God so that he can build me up from scratch. And it also says 1 Corinthians, right? Paul said, I die daily. Every day, he chooses to crucify his own desires so that he can live fully for God. This plan really opened my eyes to something because, you know, afterwards I went into a very deep prayer. And even before I was asking God, and that was the first thing I prayed for, I was like, God, please break me, you know. And it was very difficult for me to even get those words out. It was so difficult for me to even say, God, please break me, because I could only imagine what is going to come from that. What I'm going to experience, what now, you know, from all the spiritual warfare that I've been experiencing. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready to take it, bring it on, because I want to be built up by God from scratch. Like, I want to start again and grow and build and let go of all the trauma and the pain and let go of all the bad traits that I've accumulated over my life. You know, all the things that I've gone through, you know, some things that I experience, some things that I do, some things that I, you know, some of the way that I can act, my natural instincts to something, you know, the human natural things that you feel and think, and all of those things, I want to be completely shaped again, and reshaped, you know, have a reshaping of my mind and completely walk in God's purpose for me. I'm gonna put lists down below of the verses and also the other extended verses that came up at the end of the plan that I wrote down and just went through my Bible and highlighted those. But yeah, like it was just such an amazing plan. I really hope that this video resonated to you, and I hope that this journey that we can be on together can be something that can really open up a new channel, especially for our generation. I feel like there's so much going on in the world right now. There's so much to look towards to. There's so much social media and so much, like, it's so many images always popping up in our faces, so many things always happening, that I think sometimes we forget to be conscious about the way that we live our lives. We forget that it's actually important to think about, what do I do every single day? What do I do for myself? What do I do for others? And what do I do for God? You know, and not always looking in yourself what I want. 9 times out of 10, what you think you want is just what the world wants for you. And I think that if you can always shape your mind to look towards God and look towards what your true purpose is, we can live happier, healthier lives. And I think that's what's important. So yeah. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video today. I really hope that you enjoyed this Bible reading, and I pray that we can just be on this journey together. And I can't wait to continue to share with you guys what I'm learning, and please let me know what you guys think also, if this is something that resonated with you and this is something that you would love to share with other people as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing day.